Jake Cronenworth of the San Diego Padres here at FanFest. Jake, welcome back. It's been a fun off season for you. Congratulations on the wedding, and it's good to see you. How you doing?
Doing great. Married guy now.
Married guy now. Did you get our gift?
This we got lost in the mail.
It's not lost. It was shipped yesterday. We sent you a gift.
Okay.
All right. So you check with your wife. See, did I get something?
Okay.
We sent you. Should I just break this right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's a serving bowl, and it's from Ben & Woods. It was
Another
on
one.
You got the other one.
I have a lot of serving bowls.
So we thought, hey man, we got to take care of one of our favorites. He's always been good to us.
So every time you serve something, we want you to think of
Okay.
Ben & Woods in the future.
It better distinct itself from all the others.
Yeah,
So.
for real, for real.
Is it a custom Ben & Woods one?
No, it's not custom.
No,
but I'll give you a sticker to put on top of it if you really want to. If you want to class it up a little bit. But Jake Cronenworth joins us now. Your wedding looked amazing. I guess our invites did get lost in the mail for that. Honeymoon also looked amazing. Again, no invite there for the honeymoon, but it looked like a blast, man.
Yeah, lost in the mail.
Lost in the mail.
That's all right.
Was it awesome?
Yeah, it was incredible. Family, friends, man, it couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah.
Live band, dancing, and
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Did you have to learn like any dances or anything for your wedding? I know some couples like take classes.
Not really. We did not take any classes.
Okay.
You got off easy, bro.
No, it was good.
Did you? Were you? So you play baseball sometimes in front of 40,000 people.
Yeah.
I would imagine be a little nerve-wracking. More nervous for a big game against the Dodgers or for your wedding?
I wasn't nervous at all for the wedding.
Really?
Not at all.
More excited than anything.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
So
when you know you
that
got a
helped
good
a
one.
lot.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's when you know you got a good one, man.
Yeah.
So I always ask you this, I think, at the beginning of every, we getting into spring training in a couple of weeks. What has been kind of your focus, outside of that, baseball-wise, what's your focus in the offseason?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is, this is going to be my 6th year, getting older, and it's just developing and continuing to grow. And as your body ages and you change and finding new ways to continue to get better, whether that's on the offensive side or the defensive side, changing your swing to make it more efficient and make it better so that throughout the course of the year you can remain more consistent and be a better player.
How much of a tinkerer are you with your swing? Do you tinker in season? Do you tinker mostly in the off season?
You're making adjustments constantly throughout the year. Just things are going differently. You're facing different teams. They're adjusting to you, so you have to adjust to them. But in the off season, you have that 4 or 5 month period of time that you can really go in every day and really work on changing things and making things more efficient, consistent, so that from spring training is a period to work and learn your new swing and see if it works right and make adjustments there. But from that opening day until the last game of the season, whenever that is, you want it to be the most consistent and efficient as you possibly can.
Jake, you've always been a guy, just wherever you need. First, second, short, just put me out there. Pitch, catch. No one's let you do that yet, but you keep asking.
This is the year. I got a good feeling. This is the year we see you tell the slam
But
again.
with Ha-Seong Kim moving on, looks like Xander's going to play short. Have you been told anything like, hey, get more ready at second, get more ready at first? What's kind of the off-season instructions for Jake Cronenworth heading into spring training?
I'll let Schulte get into that when you guys have him on, but I prepare the same way every offseason. I usually take a ton of ground balls like I'm playing second, but because I can always transition to first or wherever else they need me. But that's kind of the main focus, and just making sure that's always ready to go.
Do you prefer one over the other?
I think I've always preferred second just because that's where I've probably played the most.
But you don't have to move as much playing first. First is way better.
Well,
It's way more
we're lazy
false,
people.
false,
we can't
false,
understand.
false. You run a lot at first
Well,
base.
and
Jake,
I noticed your, we talked about last year, your adjustment way more off the bag, and
Yep.
you snatched so many hits away from guys in that. Traditionally, though, is it easier on your body playing first? It's less. There's still thinking that goes in, but middle infield is.
Yeah, but I enjoy playing defense.
Yeah.
So, as we always talk about, there's always a way to win the game. You may not win it at the plate that night, but you can win it on defense or make a play that helps you win in the ninth or early in the game or turn a double play or whatever it may be. So I enjoy that aspect a lot.
Sure, 100%. Talking to Jake Cronenworth here, we talked to after the season. We talked to Schulte, and you run out of stuff to talk about, so you start just kind of speculating and thinking about man, you think back to last year and how it ended specifically. And we made the comparison in football, basketball, other sports where you're like, you know what? Our goal line defense needs to improve if we're going to win a Super Bowl. So we're just going to run it 1,000 times. With baseball, it's like this weird thing where just all of a sudden everything goes cold. Everybody goes cold. Everybody goes cold at the same time. You can't really even work on it in the offseason, right? It's just, again, it's the worst explanation, but that's what happens in baseball sometimes.
That's the game, and
Yeah.
that's why we come back every year and try and have the same goal for us to go to the World Series and hopefully win it. And
Yeah.
that's, you work all in the offseason, you work in spring training, you play all those games leading up to that moment, and when it doesn't work out, it sucks and it drives you more.
Yeah.
And you hopefully can get there one day, but that's always the ultimate goal, and I think that's what keeps everybody coming back every year, hungry, and as a team.
But it's like you can't run, hey, I'm just going to run the fade with this guy 100 times until we get it down.
Perfect.
You played
You
hockey.
can't really perfect
You
baseball.
can't really perfect baseball, and that's the thing that makes fans, and I think, anybody watching, and you guys too, it's got to make you a little bit insane at times if you let it.
Yeah, I mean, because you're one hit away, you're one pitch away, and that's when that doesn't happen.
Oh, man.
It sucks.
It sucks.
I
No
did hear
question.
Schulte's working
Yeah.
on the tush push, though, just make it unstoppable this
I hope
year.
not, actually. That's not something I ever want to imagine.
So go back, to the end of the season, Game 5. I was there in the clubhouse, the visiting clubhouse that night. Somber affair, obviously. How long does it take? Like, as your days go by, I didn't see you after that, but what's like the process of emotionally recovering from a disappointing end like that?
Yeah, that one was hard. I mean, not just for me, but for the entire group, because we were so close. Not just not close where we were in the postseason, but close as a team.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the funnest years, if not the funnest I've had in a long time. 22 is great, but this team was so close, and we battled and fought so much throughout the season, and everybody was a contributor. So I think that's what made it so hard. Don't watch the rest of the playoffs, and then when it's over and you get to Thanksgiving, it's kind of like, move on.
Yeah, so you didn't watch not
No.
a pitch. I don't know if I could or I couldn't. I don't think I'd
I
be
could
able.
not.
I don't think I'd be able to either.
So, obviously every team's different, but it's not like football where you're coming back with, a completely different set of groups, or college basketball or something. A lot of the same guys are coming back, same manager, same coaching staff, essentially. Can there be any carryover, as opposed to last year when, you had Schilt in for the first time and things had to be kind of built from scratch? Is it a little bit, you feel like a head start this year?
No, I think 100%. I think, as you guys seen, a lot of the fans, there's been a lot of turnover in the last 5 years. New players, new coaching staff, and whether or not the manager stays, there's new coaches everywhere. And this is really the first year I've been here where the same coaching staff, the same group of players, outside of a few that aren't returning, but that's typical for every club.
Sure.
No, I think we found out who we were as a club last year, and we know what we need to do to win. And those guys that were there are coming back, and we still have an incredible team. We have an awesome coaching staff, incredible fans, and I think we're all just as excited or even more excited than we were going into spring last year.
And it's, look, I know you guys want to compete, and do you guys? I said it on the air yesterday, and maybe you can answer this question for us. But I saw you and Toddy and Arise walking through the infield and smiling, and I go, that little thing just gave me this shred. Baseball players are good at compartmentalizing, and I'm not worried about what LA did this offseason. They're always going to spend money. They're always going to add good pieces. Other teams as well. The division's going to be a bear. I mean, teams are improving, but I just, knowing the makeup of you guys, how excited are you guys to get out there and beat them?
Yeah, I think you see what other teams are doing, and we've been there in the past.
Sure.
In 22, 23, 21, we're always adding players, but the group we have is so close, and not just close, but they're really good players.
Yeah, very good.
I mean, from the whole infield's coming back, Jackson, Toddy, and the catchers, it's still a very, very good team.
Who's your last one for me? Because we're going to see him at spring training. We've already burned through all of our spring training material with him, and I don't.
We can have a fun show in spring training.
Yeah, we'll just talk about movies or something. I don't know. We have 3 weeks to come up with new material. Who is? And I was so happy to see Michael King, all that get resolved yesterday, because I just don't know if I can love watching a pitcher more. But when Joe's healthy, Michael King, Yu Darvish, who's your favorite to play defense behind?
I think they're all so unique in their own right, where you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
So it's fun every night when that guy takes the mound and you're behind him, especially with how much I love playing defense, to see how they operate and to see how they execute their game plan. And sometimes I'll sit on their meetings and listen to them, and they're all so different. Where Darvish is doing something completely different than King compared to Dylan. Dylan just wants to strike everybody out.
Yeah.
Joe's the guy who's gonna he could go 7 strong or
Gets
8
the ground
strong,
balls,
and he could be unhittable, or he could grind through 5 or 6, and he finds a different way to get there. No, it's exciting, and they know what they have that night, what they don't have that night, and the communication between us and them. It's just a testament to the group and how close we are.
Yeah, 100%.
Before you go, Jake, I want to ask you about yesterday. Padres in the community.
Yeah.
Saw all the different events. What stood out to you? What was one of your favorite parts?
Yeah, that's always one
yesterday?
of my favorite days. This is great because we're at the stadium and it kind of gets you back in that mode. But yesterday, it's just, you go to a school or, they kind of split us up and you get to go to different places and, see different people. But to be able to go to a school and see the kids and how excited they are, and then to be able to go to, the fire station and, what those guys do for our city. And, they're telling us they're coming to opening day and they come to games throughout the year. It's cool because they show us love and support throughout the year. And to give that back to them, I think that means the most to us.
Well, Jake Cronenworth is one of the Padres here today at FanFest. Let's give him a big cheer. Looking forward to spring training. Jake, we'll see you out next month
Absolutely.
in
I appreciate
Arizona,
you
but
guys.
have a fun time. And
Enjoy your bowl.
enjoy your serving bowl. Serving bowl, courtesy of Ben
We'll
and
add it to the
Paul.
10 others.
Yeah, perfect.